Hello everybody, Kevin here, Rafter the 94, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're back with another monthly update video. Today we're going to be talking about what kind of games we're going to be checking out for February. And for the most part, nothing too crazy yet, but there are a few games that came out last month in January that I'm currently playing, and maybe depending how it goes, I might even consider stopping the playthrough because this specific game kind of disappointed me after playing the first one. So, but without further ado, let's get this started. And February seems like we got a few games that's coming out. Of course, we do got one big game coming out, of course, and that is going to be Resident Evil Requiem. Unfortunately, I will not be covering that game this month because that game is literally coming out at the end of February, essentially February 27th to be specific. So it will not be a main highlight for February. It will be the main biggest highlight for March. And let me tell you, once Requiem comes out, I am going to be playing that game pretty much non-stop. I might even reconsider probably doing, maybe YouTube streaming too, maybe test that thing out a little bit too, because I am considering on replaying Resident Evil 2 and 3. I'm not sure about 4 though. I might not replay 4. I think I was halfway through New Game Plus and I kind of stopped. So I probably won't be doing a new game for 4, but I do kind of want to come back and play 2 and 3, especially with some of the mods that I have found on the Nexus that pretty much try to make the game a little bit more closer to the original game as much as possible in terms of certain character looks. Sounds and UI mods are definitely going to be playing a big role on here. Especially with Resident Evil 3, which unfortunately they didn't came with none of that stuff at all. Of all the remakes, I think that's still one of my most disappointed one of all. Of all the new Resident Evil game, RE3 remake was, it could have been so much more, but unfortunately they rushed it out essentially. Like they just wanted that out ASAP, because what, Resident Evil 2 came out like 2019, right? And then a year later they released Resident Evil 3. Now granted, it is cool to see, Resident Evil 3 make a comeback. At the same time, they absolutely half-assed the remake, cut out tons of content as well. And did they even bother to add like original soundtrack swap either, which I was really hoping they'd do that, but it didn't include that, unfortunately. And the game is, even though the game has a lot of flaws, it was a really fun game to play. It's definitely very action based. There's some things in there that I really did like the gameplay. But overall though, it was probably my biggest disappointment when it comes to all the new Resident Evil games. It's definitely 3 remake, because I think they could have easily make an absolute banger. Now, if they weren't so focused on making a multiplayer game mode that nobody asked for, maybe they would have had some time to actually make a proper Resident Evil 3 remake, but not too much I could do there. I do apologize for the light back there. Give me 1 second. Making it look a little bit better, but yeah, Requiem will not be, unfortunately will not be recording Requiem. Well, I probably will be recorded once it comes out, but it's definitely going to be uploaded by March, so keep that in mind. But yeah, I was hoping I'll be able to do Resident Evil Requiem this month, but that's going to have to wait for March. But in other news though, we do got a couple of games coming out this month that I do want to try out and of course play more. We do got Nioh 3 coming out, but I will not be doing a full playthrough for that game yet, because I have yet to be in the first 2 games, and I kind of want to do the first 2 games first before I even start playing, the third game. And I did complete the demo. It was like maybe like around roughly 6 to 7 hours in total, so I did got a good idea how the game works and how it plays, and the best way I can describe it is basically Rise of the Ronin 2.0 with yokai and all that kind of stuff in it, magic, all that cool stuff. It's a love and hate relationship, because Team Ninja is kind of notorious for making the same game with the same outdated engine that they have been using for like over the past decades now. But I will give them where credit is due, is that their game is fun as hell though. Despite how frustrating it is with something goddamn mechanic like a stupid key post, but for the most part, that's the only reason the game is so flourish. You know, it's so good because they make good games. The game is actually pretty good. You know, it's not bad the way it's designed. It's just that, you know, kind of wish, you know, they make something else besides making the same Souls-like game every time. But yeah, I will be uploading at least 3 videos of Nioh 3 for this month. But after that, I will be focusing on playing the first game, which I don't remember exactly where I last left off. I think I fought some weird centipede boss last I remembered. So it's gonna take some time, you know, after playing part 3 and then coming back to play part 1. The gameplay is definitely feel a whole lot more different. But I definitely want to finish off the first game. We might even do all the DLC stuff too, because all that stuff is kind of sort of important to the story as well. So we're probably going to be playing the DLC stuff as well for the first game, and then we'll be moving on to Nioh 2, which I heard is probably considered the best of the series right now. I haven't really played 2, so I don't know for sure, but I'm definitely looking forward to it though. But 3 though, from what I played in 3, I did. There's a lot of things I did like in 3. Like I say, if you like Team Ninja and the games like the other Nioh games or Rise of the Ronin, you're definitely gonna like Nioh 3 a lot more. But like I said, it won't. This will be a much shorter playthrough for now until I complete both of the games, and then once I beat both games, I will continue my playthrough for Nioh 3, and we'll pretty much continue from where we last left off from our save, essentially. But I'm definitely looking forward to it though. But I'm definitely looking forward to coming back and playing the first game again, because it's been so damn long since I played that game. I think I saw that playthrough back in 2017, and since then I just haven't gotten the time to finish it. You know how it is. You get all those games, and then your backlog gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and yeah, you know the drill. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, what can I say? Nothing much I can do about that besides hopefully we can get this game done as soon as possible, and then we can move on to, you know, do Nioh 3. But time will tell when I'll be able to finish the first game and the second game. We're also going to be making our comeback to Battlefield 6. I did want to do Battlefield 6 last month. Hopefully that they release Season 2, but unfortunately Season 2 has been delayed. So should be coming out, I think, in 2 weeks from now. I think 2 or 3 weeks or so. So that's where we're going to get, you know, finally some new content for Battlefield 6, because that's probably one of the things I'm really having a gripe right now with Battlefield 6. It launched great. It plays good for the most part. It plays really good. Unfortunately, the launch map kind of sucked, and Season 1 was kind of a dud. Only one decent map, which was Eastward. Blackwater Fields, get that map and throw that to the trash. Literally, throw it to the trash. Throw it to the trash, revamp the map, redesign it entirely from the ground up. Remake it, because that map is horrible, absolutely horrible. I don't know what the hell you guys are thinking, but it's literally the worst Battlefield maps ever. Like there's like no cover. It's a sniper heaven, vehicle heaven. Air vehicles has literally no area to breathe at all. It's like, it's just a bad map. Okay, like I don't know what the hell Dice was thinking, but that map was horrible. Like I said before, throw it to the trash and remake it. But Season 2 shouldn't be delayed, so hopefully Season 2 will come out and we'll be able to check out some new content for Battlefield 6. Hopefully it will be enough to bring, you know, a lot of people back, but something tells me it's going to be the same thing. You know, what, 2, 3 new guns, 2 new maps. I'll say, Dice, you have to do better, especially you are delaying Season 2. You have to do better. Hopefully they will announce that, hey, we're gonna give you 2 maps, we're gonna give you 3 maps. What will make it more awesome, We're gonna give you 4 maps. I highly doubt 4 maps, but if they could give us at least 3 maps, I'll be happy. And maybe some more new weapons as well. New weapons, gadgets. Yeah, the gadgets I'll say should be the one to be receiving less, but the guns, more guns, the better. Okay, now I understand they don't want to give us 5,000 weapons like BF4, and the balance is like all over the place, but that's the whole point why it giving us content, right? More guns the better. It gives more people, more reason to use them, try out different builds, all that kind of cool stuff. That's what really made Battlefield 4 so damn good, despite the issue it has at launch. It's because, you have all this wide array of guns, wide array of attachments too, where you can experiment, what works and what doesn't work. And Battlefield 6 hardly has that, because it kind of leaned towards a little bit more, into the Call of Duty realm of using certain metas and how SMG is out damaging assault rifles at longer distances, which that should not be the case. SMG should be guns that are catering towards CQB. Now, granted, Battlefield 4 had the same issue too. I was faking sniping people across the map with PDWs in BF4. Believe it or not, if you don't believe me, check out my old Battlefield 4 videos on my channel, and I will prove it. And that is proof that I can literally snipe people across the map with just a little PDW that is not meant for long range combat, by the way. But at least in my opinion, Battlefield 4 has more better balancing. 6, the balancing in this game is like all over the place. The game still has a lot of bugs that that wasn't there before at launch, but now is there. So, like I said, DICE really need to start giving a shit, because if they don't, let me guarantee you this: if the next Battlefield game comes out in like 5-6 years from now, not many people are not gonna buy it. I might be one of them too, because I'm tired of buying all this FPS games, hoping they'll be better, and then they end up disappointing me even more. Happened with Black Ops 6, which is why I skipped Black Ops 7. Probably will never come back to Call of Duty ever again. Even when they announced MW4, which is going to come out this year. Now, granted, I will play the beta when it comes out, but I will not buy the game, because I'm done with Call of Duty. Plain and simple. I'm not going to buy any more Call of Duty game unless they go hard sell. Then maybe. Black Ops 7 though, that ain't gonna happen, Chief. But yeah, hopefully Battlefield 6 will give us something really good with Season 2 this month, hopefully. I'm hoping for the best, because Battlefield 6 really needs some new stuff going on with it right now, because right now they are losing so many players right now, which is kind of sad to see, but it is what it is. Like, even I'm not playing the game as much because I grind everything as much as I can in that game, what I want at least. But that's another issue too. The game is the grinding too is not good in there too, especially when you grind the weapons to get new attachments. Horrible, absolutely horrible. They need to revamp that drastically to make it more less bullshit. But something tells me they won't do that because it's EA and DICE. But yeah. Battlefield 6 Season 2, hopefully it will be a banger. Hopefully it brings a lot of players back. Hopefully it brings a lot of content stuff as well. Hopefully they can nail the park with this, because I really do want the game to be good again. We shall see. You probably noticed my voice is a little bit messed up too. It's because I am so sick since last week. So my voice is going to sound a little bit rough, so just bear with me, guys. And but yeah, another game that we've been playing lately too, which will probably still be a highlight maybe for this month, is Code Vein 2. Now, this game is kind of divisive for me, at least, because I really did like the first game a lot. The first Code Vein was really good. It's not a masterpiece, by any means, but in terms of how it plays, the art style and the theme it was going for, I really did like it. And I was even playing New Game Plus too. I did wanted to do the good ending for the game, but Code Vein 2 came out, so I want to give Code Vein 2 a shot. And I'll be honest, guys, Code Vein 2 I think is a much bigger downgrade than the first game. It's more of a big downgrade from what the first game has to offer. I think it sucks because I I really do want to like this game. I probably will continue to play it. But I don't know if I want to do a full playthrough on it, so that's going to be for you guys to decide if you guys want me to keep playing Code Vein 2 or not. But I don't know. Code Vein 2, is very diverse for me because of how the way the game is played. There's a lot of balancing change, drastic change in terms of how the game is played, and the game is open world too. The game kind of feels all over the place. It wants to be, its own thing, but also wants to it tries to want to be like Elden Ring, but the open world aspect is probably one of the least interesting thing in this game, which is unfortunate because you think, oh, open world Code Vein, that sounds cool, right? That would be a cool idea if they left off with the true ending left off from the first game, that leads into the God Eater, universe, but they decided to make a completely standalone story, which is also a minor grab for me because I really want to see all my old companions again: Jacoboy, Yakumo, Lewis, Mia, and I think that's pretty much about it when it comes to all my friends in the first game. But I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes, though. But so far, part 2, the only thing that I have the biggest critique right now is how the game plays. The combat just does not feel as good, doesn't feel as smooth and snappy like the first game does. It feels very, very clunky, like Dark Souls 1 level clunkiness. But even Dark Souls 1, in my opinion, still feels better to play than fucking Code Vein 2. So they did something really fucking. I don't know what the fuck they did with the gameplay, but it's not good. Like I say, your characters, his attack pattern is too damn slow. The enemies' attack speed are like amp up to like 100. You have like little to no time to block or evade. And the block is pretty much useless, essentially. The parry system is still there, but the parry system does not work not as good as the first game. It could just be me sucking ass. It could be me not being good at the game, but I don't know. The gameplay is the biggest critique I have for the games. But so far, the story, it is intriguing. It is interesting. I do want to play the game more to know more about, the world and the characters that game has. So the story at least is working somewhat for me. The art style is still there from the first game. But even though the art style today is not exactly the same as the first game, I think the first game, I liked the theme of that a little bit more. I think that was a little bit more like, more dark fantasy, gothic, It's still set in modern times, but to me, that game felt more like, it had a little bit more soul, And considering this game is a vampire game, you play a game where you're just a bunch of vampires. You don't really see too much blood and gore in this game, I have noticed that. The blood is literally replaced with like gold now. Gold splatters. It's kind of weird, Like there's still blood, but it's just not exactly, like I said, it's not really blood, So I don't know. For me, it kind of, the original theme from the first game is kind of lost in the second game. Everything's like gold. Even like the little lines on your face on certain characters, it's like gold now instead of red like the first game. So it's just a minor gripe for me. Like, it's the game. They can do whatever the heck they want with the themes and the art style. But I think I like how the first game looked more, in my opinion. That's just a me thing, okay, guys. I don't know. We'll just have to see how Code Vein 2 goes. Like I said, gameplay wise, it's not a fun game to play, but maybe I'll tough it out. Maybe I won't. We'll just have to. Another game that I do want to come back to is Hellmart. Now, we did play the demo of this game last year, and I did enjoy the game. And now the game is officially out. We're all going to be doing a full playthrough. Now, granted, there is somewhat of a mixed review going on right now with Hellmart. I think it's mostly positive right now. But yeah, it's mostly positive right now. So I don't know what's the issue that people are having with the game, but it's definitely a game I definitely want to come back and check out because I really did enjoy playing the demo. So I will be coming back and playing the main game, and hopefully the main game will make me poop my pants, because the demo of the game kind of, it did throw me off a little bit too. there are some moments in there I was like, whoa, I did not expect, for that to give me the huge scare. But there's also one I missed too, like the guy with the long neck. That's the one I missed. And I look up other YouTube videos, see that, and yeah, the guy literally gets a long neck and he goes right to your face. I missed that, unfortunately, but yeah, it's definitely a game I will be checking out. Something tells me it's going to be a short game too. So more likely we'll probably be doing it as a one-shot video. Maybe if we do the whole thing. But yeah, I might do it as a one-shot video if the game is going to be that short, so why not? Another game too that I also want to check out too is going to be Quarantine Zone, The Last Check. Now, I've seen this game kind of exploding in YouTube and streaming lately, so hate to admit it, but I am going to be kind of joining the bandwagon and checking the game out. But it's kind of like games like Papers, Please, but this time you are like a security guard checkpoint guy, and your goal is to pretty much determine who's infected and who's not, and depending on how it goes, either they're gonna get sent to the other side, get executed, or they're gonna get quarantined, and making sure that they're actually people, make sure that they don't turn into zombies. But it looks like a fun game to play, though. I'd say it looks like looks like it could be a game that would be really fun to play. Maybe it get a little bit repetitive maybe later on, but like I said, it might be a fun game to play because you gotta manage all these different sectors and all that stuff. It even has a little mini game where you have to fend off the zombie horde too. So I was like, okay, you know what, this game, I might check it out. And the game was pretty cheap at the time, so I decided, like I said, I decided to pick it up. I was like, might as well, it's cheap. So we'll be checking that game out. That one's definitely not going to be a one-shot video because, since it involves with like managing you Quarantine Zone, all that stuff, it's going to be definitely a much longer playthrough than usual. But hopefully you guys will be looking forward to it because I definitely want to check it out. And hopefully we have a lot of fun time playing the game. Another game too that hopefully would be good is going to be Romeo is a Dead Man. Now this game had definitely caught my interest at the Game Awards, I think, or was it Sony's? I can't remember, but it definitely looks like a very, very interesting game made by none other than Soda 51, which is a very, very notorious Japanese video game designer that makes some of the craziest game out there. I think he made Killer 7. He also made the No More Heroes trilogy as well. So yeah, this game might be a certified banger, but then again, we don't know too much about this game. Other than that, the game looks batshit crazy, and it is, matter of fact, coming out literally next week too. So I might pick up the game depending on how much it's going to cost. I might pick up the game. But it seems like it looks like it's going to be a fun game to play. You play like some sort of cyborg guy brought back from the day. You fight all this crazy creatures, zombies, demons, all this kind of shit. It looks pretty nutty, to say the least. It looks pretty nutty. I have a feeling it might be a pretty fun game to play. But time will tell, though, because I really don't know too much about... I haven't really played too much of, Soda 51's game as much. So, I don't know. We'll just have to see because I know he makes some pretty good stuff, but I don't think I haven't played none of his game yet. I could be wrong here, but yeah, hopefully Romeo is a Dead Man would be a banger. It looks like a banger of a game. It looks pretty crazy, but time will tell once it comes out again. So we'll just have to see, guys. Well, Saturday we're still going to be doing Ninja Gaiden 4. Unfortunately, I did miss last weekend upload because, like I said, I got sick, so I wasn't really feeling that well. Plus, I was playing a lot of Nioh 3 at the time, so didn't really have the chance to play any Ninja Gaiden 4 for last weekend. But hopefully this weekend we will be uploading more videos on Ninja Gaiden 4 because I'm getting sick and tired of playing Yakumo. I want to play as fucking Roy Hayabusa. Like, I don't want to play that guy anymore. I want to play Hayabusa, even though he's fun as hell to play. I just don't really care about Yakumo as a character. Like, I want to play as fucking Roy Hayabusa. We will eventually, but when? I don't freaking know. But we're definitely going to be continuing our playthrough for Ninja Gaiden 4. Hopefully we'll be able to beat the game, at a steady time. That way we could have some other new games to replace it for Saturday uploads. And for Sunday uploads, still going to be Silent Hill F. And not sure how far I am in that game, but it looks like I am getting a little bit closer to the end of the game. We might even do a second playthrough, but just because the game has like multiple endings, but it's going to be literally a continuation from that playthrough. So all the stuff we went through, all the base game storylines, we're gonna skip all that. But all new story content wise, I will be recording that. But yeah, we're probably just gonna do like the true ending for Silent Hill F, and then that's pretty much it. The UFO ending, the bad ending, I don't care about that. I'll deal with that stuff later. But we will continue our playthrough for Silent Hill F for Sunday, so keep an eye out for that, guys. And last but not least, guys, we're also going to be playing Oblivion Remastered. We're all going to be planning to start our Knights of the Nine playthrough. I did promise that I was going to do Knights of the Nine with the next Oblivion Remastered video, and we will do Knights of the Nine, which is also a expansion that I have not done in decades. Ever since I last played Oblivion back in 06, 07, around there when it first came out, and I'm definitely very curious, how everything's gonna look, in Knights of the Nine with the new graphics. Like, it's gonna play out the same, obviously, but I want to see like the new design on the Crusader armor and the new design on some of the creatures you're fighting there as well. Like, it could be a really interesting, new look, compared to how it used to look originally. But yeah, I'm still definitely enjoying Oblivion Remastered. It's just a shame that the game kind of dropped though when it comes to like the updates, because the game's supposed to receive more updates in the long run, like bug fixes. But looks like 1.2 is definitely going to be the last update that we're ever going to get for Oblivion Remastered, unless out of nowhere 1.3 comes out and it fixes a lot of performance issue, which it definitely will not. Because even with 1.2, I think that game is still running pretty bad, even on consoles. So it's just a shame, but luckily, I'm still able to play the game, at a decent frame rate. So I can't really complain about that. Not many people can, unfortunately, because this developer just can't optimize the game at launch. But that's just the way it is, unfortunately. But yeah, we're going to be playing some more Oblivion Remastered, so stay tuned for that. And one more thing. We're definitely going to be trying to make a comeback to Command & Conquer Generals. I know I've been slacking, guys. I've been absolutely slacking on Command & Conquer Generals. And it's kind of crazy, too, is that Command & Conquer was the one game that kind of jump-started my YouTube channel, when it first got launched. And since I've been kind of branching out from playing all these different games, I've been kind of neglecting the guys that came to watch my channel just for Command & Conquer. And I really feel really bad for you guys. I do apologize for the rug pull I pulled off there, because like I said, I did intend on making it a Command & Conquer Generals channel, but at the same time I also kind of want to do other games as well. So that's why I decided to make it as a YouTube channel for playing all kinds of different games. But I think mainly a lot of people came to my channel is because of Command & Conquer Generals. And like I said, I apologize for everybody that came here to look for more Command & Conquer channel content from me, and I just haven't not been delivering it. So I'm going to try and make a comeback to Command & Conquer. There has been a lot of new updates on some of the biggest mod that we have gotten, especially with Rise of the Red. So I think I might make a comeback to Rise of the Red and try out some cool and interesting mod add-ons that they have made for it. I think there's one called Anti-Desis patch, which I did play tested. With the first version that came out, and it has a lot of cool ideas in it. That I have never thought about, and it's kind of cool to see all these mod artists coming in and adding new content to Rise of the Reds, and even changing the gameplay stuff occasionally. And I was like, wow, you guys are You guys are killing it. You guys are knocking it out of the park. So hopefully we'll make a comeback to Command and Conquer. No promises. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, guys, I've been ranting on for far too long. But other than that, I got nothing really else to say. But other than that, hopefully you guys are staying safe out there and staying healthy. Don't be like me, getting sick. But it is what it is. I think there's something going on and right now. Maybe there's a flu pandemic going on. Everybody's getting sick. Even the place I work at too. People are getting sick there. But overall, just stay healthy, stay positive, and of course, just have a good time with your friends and family. And of course, just enjoy life. Just enjoy life. Play some of the games, watch some of the movies you love. Try to hang out with your loved ones and hang out with your buddies if you can, and just have a good time. That's pretty much the only advice I can give you guys. But like I said, I've been ranting on for too long, so I'm gonna end it here. And of course, to any subscribers, especially to the old guards, the guys that have been with me since the start of my channel, you are the main reason that I'm still doing YouTube. Without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. But because you guys keep coming back, supporting the channel in any ways, liking, disliking, comments, all that kind of stuff, this is the reason why I keep doing this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing YouTube. It's not only because I love doing this stuff, but I love playing games. I love, showcasing, what kind of game that, I just love, playing games. It's plain and simple. I love playing games. I love giving out my dots. I love giving out playthroughs so that way you guys can, check the game out without buying the game, and whether or not you should buy the game or not. And for me, I'm going to be 100% honest, okay? When I play this game, I'm going to tell you straight to your face. It could be a game that you hate the most, but it could be a game I like. It could be a game that you guys like the most, but it could be a game I don't like. I would just tell you straight off right off the bat, whether I like the game or not. It's plain simple. And, but yeah, other than that, I just want to say, thank you for your guys' support for the channel. It means a lot to me. And hopefully, moving forward to 2026 and beyond, we will continue to release more good, gaming content, maybe some other stuff like movie reviews. You never know. But on that, guys, before I leave, if you are new to the channel, every month I will be giving out free PC games for everyone to redeem. Now, this all going to be locked behind the questions I will leave in the comment section down below. Pretty much all you gotta do is answer the question correctly, and you fill out the missing letters and numbers. And pretty much you fill out the missing letters and numbers to the game to the game code that I've given out. Redeem it, and the game is yours. Now, granted, be aware, this is going to be a PC games giveaway only, so no consoles, okay? It's going to be PC games strictly, and the keys could vary from like Steam, GOG, or Epic Games, etc. All the DRM stuff, for PC gaming. So just keep that in mind. But like I said before, I would be giving out free PC games for you guys to redeem. All these games could range from indie games to AAA games. I kid you not, AAA games. So, and a lot of this bundle, a lot of these games I'm buying, I am paying it with, from my pocket. And the reason I'm doing this is because this is my way of, giving out my thanks to you guys for supporting the channel. That's the only reason I'm doing this, okay? Because, you guys have come by, supporting the channel, watch the videos, leave a like, comment, or whichever. It's just my ways of giving out my thanks to you guys for supporting the channel. So, in return, I will give out free games for you guys to redeem. Like I said before, these games could range from AAA to indie. So you never know. You could get a big game that you might want to get, but you just didn't have the money. But because you redeemed the game for me, and it's a big game that you wanted for a long time, hey, congratulations. But yeah, I think I'm probably giving out at least 5 or 6. At least, I think maybe 6. So keep an eye out for it, guys. Look in the comment section down below. I will leave it in the comment section. I will pin it. and that way you guys were able to answer the questions, on those game keys, answer correctly, and then you should be able to redeem it, on whichever platform that I have gotten that access key for. But other than that, guys, I've been ranting for far too long, so without further ado, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you guys didn't, hit the dislike button. It's all up to you. And if you guys got any other suggestions of if any other games I should play or how I should improve the channel, always leave it in the comments down below too, and I will take a look at it. But without further ado, guys, until then, I will see you in the next one. Peace.